Hey family, one of the realest lessons that I ever learned is that nothing changes unless we do. And family, I used to think, right, that it would take something on the outside to change the way I feel on the inside, right? Like it would take something new and different in order for me to become new and different. And I learned, family, that until we change, nothing else does. Until we change, nothing else changes. And it doesn't take anything on the outside. It doesn't take things externally to happen. The only way that we can truly, truly change is for us to change within, and not depending on what someone does to make us feel good, not depending on any situation or any scenario that we think it would take. No, we change when we decide to change. Because if nothing changes, family, nothing changes. And today I want to talk a little bit about change and some of the steps that it would take for you to get where you need to be so that you can see true and real change in your life. One of the many lessons, family, that I learned about change is that true change, right? Not just I want to change and you don't. No, true change, where you mentally make up in your mind that you want something new and different in your life. True change happens when you wake up and you make a decision that you want to do something new and different than you did the day before. True change is waking up and making the decision that you want to do something new and different. And family, I know that that may sound easy, but it is not. Have you ever been in a situation where you find yourself to keep doing the same things over and over and over and over again, and you're wondering why things can't change? You're wondering why nothing is changing. Because family, change is hard and it's a process and it doesn't happen overnight. And I realize too, family, that a lot of times we think that someone else is responsible for our change, that if they change, we would feel good. Have y'all ever been in that situation? I know I have. If this person changes in a relationship, then I will be happy. If this person changes their behavior, then things could be better. If this person does something different, then I will feel better. And I learned, family, that even if the exterior changed, if you yourself, within yourself, have not changed, nothing truly changes. Nothing. And you have to make a mental decision, a decision in your mind that you want new and different in your life. You have to make a decision that you want to do something different, that the things that you have been doing are not working for you effectively, that the things that you've been doing in your past is not moving the needle forward. And you have to know that you want better. You have to know that you want better, family. How many of us are living in the same situation over and over, in the same life, over and over and over and over, and expecting things to change? And one of the realest questions that I always ask myself is this: if I were doing the same thing that I'm doing now, if I were doing the same thing that I'm doing now every single day of my life, would my life be better or worse? If I do every single thing that I'm doing right now for every single day of my life, does that make my life better? Am I living a life by default, or am I creating a life by design? And family, if you're not creating a life by design, then we're not doing the things that we need to do to truly change. So here's how. The first step that I do to create change, right? Outside of, prayer, meditation, all the other things that you may do. But one of the first steps that I do is define that thing in your life that you believe needs to change, right? What is that thing that needs to change? Is it a relationship, right? Is it a relationship that you feel you're having with someone else? Is it, your finances? Is it your living conditions? What is it in your life that you feel that you need to change, right? And write those things down, right? So you can get very clear about the things that you need to do. What is it that you need to change? Do you feel like you need to change your behavior? Are you reacting to things that you shouldn't react to? Are things happening in your life that are not favorable for you and that are setting you back and not moving the needle forward? What is it that you want to change in your life? And write that down so you can get very clear on the things that you want to change. And another thing that I do alongside that, family, is when I wake up or when I just have typical general time by myself, I close my eyes and I start to create the day the way that I want it to go. I see the people behaving in a way that I want them to behave. I see myself being the highest and best version of myself. I see all the things that I want in my life to come to me as if I already have them. And that is a way that I manifest. So I say, you know what? I know the things that I want to change now. And I know what that change looks like, right? And I'm starting to get myself ready to be ready to be ready. And the next step, family, I tell myself and I remind myself, nothing changes unless something changes. And that's real. I can sit all day and think about the way I want things to go and write down all my things. But if I don't take action, then nothing changes. So family, you got to look at your life and say, where in my life can I take action so that I can see true change? What in my life can truly, truly change to produce different and better outcomes for me, for my family, for my relationships? And family, you got to make the decision. And again, true change is waking up, making a decision that you want to do something new and different than you did the day before. Change is not waking up and downloading all those negative thoughts. Y'all been there. If you've went through something before in your life, the day before, and you wake up and you start to remember all of those things that happened the day before, then what happens is your day today becomes just like your day yesterday, and you can create nothing new. And we got to get past that, where we're having repeat days, doing the same things over and over, where every single day is Groundhog Day. No, we got to make a decision, mentally make up in our minds that we want to change. As hard as it is, it doesn't matter if you fall short, you get back up. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, you redo that thing over and over and over and over until it becomes familiar, right? And change is hard because you're truly stepping into the unknown. It's something you've never done before. And if you've tried to do it, it's something you've never stuck to. So true change is hard because you're making a decision to do something new and different and stick to that. And when you make the decision that you want to change, family, when you make the decision that you want something different, you will start to see a reflection of that in your life. If you can't change the people around you, then the only thing that you can change is you. And when you change the way you see things, the things and the people around you change. And that's on everything, right? But it only happens when we make the decision that we want to do something different. How many of us have been in situations where financially it's hard? How many of us have been in situations where relationally it's hard? How many of us have been in situations where it's hard dealing with ourselves? We're sick and tired of the decisions that we're making within ourselves, and we want something new, different, and better. And the only way to have it, family, is to get real clear with yourself. Get real with yourself and truly tell yourself, yo, I'm not where I need to be, right? I'm a certain age and maybe I should have been a little further, or I had a thing and I lost it and I'm trying to get back there. We got to get real serious about who we are and who we're trying to become. Real serious about the current state of our lives so that we can have a new and different future state that we can co-create with God, with the universe, with whatever your belief is. We have to get very clear and very serious about what we're trying to do in our lives and who we're trying to become. So we have to lay it out on the line. We have to design the life the way we want it to be. And the only way we can do that is if we mentally make up in our mind that that's what we want to do and that we truly want to change, irregardless of the external factors, irregardless of what's happening in our outside world, irregardless of what's happening in our homes, irregardless of anything that can be sent to hold us back. We have to make a decision that we want more, better, and different. And that is when we truly get on the road and stay on the road to change. And then, family, I touched on this a little earlier, but another step is truly visualize your future. Where do you see yourself? I'm going to take a pause for a moment and ask you, where do you see yourself, family? When you close your eyes, right, and you visualize yourself in the future, what do you look like? What are the things that you're doing? Who are you with? What are some of the things that you're no longer doing? How is your life different? What have you changed? And when you're able to visualize a new future, it's almost like you say to yourself, I'm thirsty. So your body follows your mind and you go to the refrigerator to get a drink, right? So if you start visualizing your future, then your body is going to follow your mind to a new, better, and different future. What are you visualizing? How are you seeing yourself? Or do you see yourself caught up in the same situation, dealing with the same people, in the same foolishness, in the same brokenness, getting nowhere fast? No, we have to change the way we see ourselves so that we can change the way we see our future. Visualize it. Create it. A lot of times, family, we forget the power that we have. We sit here and we watch our lives go by, and we sit here and we scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, and we watch everybody else win. But the reality is you can win too. You do not have to sit here and watch everyone else win when you have the power to win. Nobody has anything that you don't have. And we all have unfair advantages. Some can sing, some can dance, right? Some can do different things. But what is it within you that can take you where you need to be, right? Another step, an unfair advantage. What is your unfair advantage that will help you change the best, the fastest, the most efficiently, right? What are some things that you're good at? What are the things that people told you your whole life that you were good at and you believe them, right? What are some of those things that people have said about you? So take what you have, the tools you already have in your toolbox, and use that so that you can affect true change in your life. Because family, you have what it takes to change. It doesn't take everything on the outside for you to change. You have a lot of things on the inside that can help you get to where you need to be. And then family, you want to build an action plan, right? An action plan. Okay, so you made a decision on the things you want to change, right? You're writing those things down. You're visualizing it. You're looking within yourself and seeing what are some of your unfair advantages. So now, family, you have to build an action plan. What is it going to take for you to be healthy? What is it going to take for you to be healthy? Who are you going to have to eliminate from your life? What are some of the associations that you currently have that you no longer can have as you move forward to a new future? Who are some of the individuals that you need to cut off? And I know that sounds mean, but if they are not taking you to a better position in your life in terms of who you are, right? If they're not making you and helping you to become the highest and best version of yourself, then chances are, right? And we don't need things and people in our lives that are holding us back. We need things and people in our lives that are going to help us move the needle forward, not always remind us of who we used to be. Not always remind us of the things that we used to do, but no, remind us of the person we can become, right? So we have to have the right people in our lives. We have to put ourselves as much as we can in the best environments so that we can be healthy and we can live healthy lives, because that's going to help you to truly change and stay on that path to change. What is your action plan for your finances, right? Are there things in your life that you're buying that you don't need? I know there are things in my life that I buy that I don't need. And I have to sit and revisit my action plan and say, you know what? We can't be successful because we trade what we want most for what we want in the moment. And in the moment, do I need this, right? And that's just not good things. It's the bad things. In the moment, do I need these arguments? In the moment, do I need this stress? In the moment, do I truly need this relationship? Right? Do I truly need that? Like, in the moment, is this helping you to become a better person? Or is it bringing out the worst in you? Is it bringing out the negatives in you? Is it bringing out that bad version of you that you're trying to keep down, but it keeps rising up when you're dealing with this particular person, when you're dealing in this particular space? So you have to create an action plan for your life to help you get to where you need to be, right? You have to have an action plan. And that action plan starts with you and making a decision on who you are going to allow in your space and in your life in this season. So family, please know and please understand that most everything I've mentioned up until this point is preparation. It's preparation for change. It's looking within your mind and seeing yourself in the future. It's writing down the things you need to change. It's making a decision that you're getting ready to get ready to change. It's creating new days, not looking back on old days and bringing your old into the new. No, it's creating new days. You are preparing for that best version of yourself. You're preparing to implement new change in your life, and you're preparing to make this stick, because this is going to work. So the final step, family, is you have to do it. So now you have a choice. Do you want to be better or not? Right? Do you want to be better or not? The choice is yours. Do you want to live in a future that may be unknown but's better for you, or do you want to remain in a familiar past? Do you want to create a life by design, or do you want to keep living a life by default? And the choice is yours, right? And I think a lot of times, family, we give our power away. If this person changes, I'll be happy. If this person did this, I'll be happy. Maybe if this person did that, and maybe. But the reality is, you can be happy if you decide to be. You can be happy if you make the decision to implement some of these steps that I've mentioned in this video in your life and see how things change. you can be happy because you're going to be attracting all good things to you. Everything good, everything wonderful, everything noble is coming to you, and you didn't have to go out there and get it. It came to you, all because you made a decision that you want better, different, and more with your life. And family, we got to get very serious about our lives and taking our lives where it needs to go and making a decision that we're no longer dealing with the haters, the naysayers, the people who reject us, the people who make us feel bad about ourselves. We're not dealing with that in this season, because in this season, that doesn't create change. In this season, that is setting us back. In this season, we're making a decision that we want new and different and better for our lives. Family, the choice is yours. And so many of us, we go down this good path. We feel all riled up when we hear these good words of affirmation. But then when we're sitting by ourselves, we're making a decision to not change because we remind ourselves of the fears, of the negative things that are happening in our lives, and we acquiesce back into who we used to be. But family, no matter what, no matter the circumstances, no matter anything happening on the external, internally, you are making a decision and you are sticking to that decision no matter what, yo. And that is truly how you're going to change. Don't you want a better life? Don't you want more finances? Don't you want to build your business? Don't you want to dominate in your industries? Don't you want to build your relationships, 10x your life, be healthier, be better? It all starts with you. And when you make the choice that you want to change, that's when change happens. Because nothing changes if nothing changes. And that's on everything, family. Stay inspired.